right in front your face, but since I'm out on Cabo, it'll be another day. Counting up some money sitting on my safe. Flying out the country for a half a day. Pills on deck, and boy, we got them by the load. And I don't even use them, I just get them sold. This here looks all too familiar. Behind them jail walls, I done painted plenty pictures of some niggas that I won't gone. I won't say no names, I just get you done. Lord, bear with me, cause if I go, then I'ma take a man with me.
Welcome to FNC Real Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in to our first episode of 2013, the Super Bowl edition. I'm one of your hosts, Kenneth McNeil.
I'm Rick Del Campo. Man, it's been a minute though, hasn't it?
It's been a minute that we blessed you guys with a show.
Well, we got nothing but a jam-packed Super Bowl edition of today's show. I mean, we're talking everything 49ers and Ravens and their paths to the Super Bowl.
This is going to be one of the biggest Super Bowls in history, in my opinion.
It's going to be a big one. We're going to start off with the pathway to the Super Bowl for these two teams. Now, these two teams have taken a very different look into the playoffs. I mean, the 49ers have set up pretty decently. I mean, they had a good team against the Packers. They had to play. Then, of course, they had to go down to Atlanta. But everybody pretty much expected the Niners to go out there and win those two games. Now, the real surprise is the Ravens getting through two of the toughest teams in the AFC to make this trip. On the road on both of them. And then they remind me of the Giants of last year taking stuff on the road. But yeah, how did they do that?
I'm going to tell you right now, man. It's just all about this team and their character. They got the motivational speaker, Ray Lewis. You know, he would get everybody off their butt and play football. But the thing about it is, it's just an inspiration that it didn't quit because nobody gave this team a chance.
They didn't. I mean, I can honestly say a lot of people expected them to win the first round game, but to go into Denver and do what they did it made history. Now,
actually, there was underdogs in Vegas every game.
Every game, absolutely. And then to do what they do against New England as well in Foxborough, where Tom Brady is 60-1.
Flacco outplayed
at the second half.
Flacco outplayed Tom Brady once again this year, but he got the W.
Is he elite?
Is he elite? I have to say he's elite right now. He's a Super Bowl quarterback, and I believe he's elite.
No, he's a Super Bowl appearance quarterback.
There you go.
He's elite when he wins that game, in my opinion. Now, the 49ers, to get to this trip, again, they had to play a couple of good games, Packers and the Falcons, but the way they dismantled the Falcons. I mean, just completely dismantled them in the second half. Was eye-opening. I was enjoying it.
The thing about that is, man, I knew they had it all intact. I mean, the quarterback is just playing like he's been in the league for 10, 13 years. I mean, he's comfortable in the pocket. If you see, he's cocky with it, and he's just comfortable. He knows he's going to move the team downfield. And then, I mean, it's no stopping that.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, that goes into our next topic of Kaepernick and his second half surges. I mean, this guy started in week 8?
Let me tell you one thing. I said it from the beginning of the season. The 49ers is a quarterback away from the Super Bowl. And let me tell you, I did not know who this guy, Kaepernick, whatever his name is, I did not know who he was until this preseason, and I'm looking at him. But he's a University of Nevada alumni. This is one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history right now. And he reminds me of him. But the thing about it is, I mean, the guy is just poised in that pocket. I mean, he's cocky. That's the main thing. You got to have some type of swag when you're playing in the NFL, in my opinion. Some type of swag. He goes down the field, and he knows he's going to take him down the field, man. He's unstoppable.
And that's probably something that Alex Smith was missing, was that confidence. I mean, he had the weight on his shoulders, missing the Super Bowl last year against the Giants, and Kaepernick comes in there playing with house money. He coming in there like, it doesn't matter what happens as long as I put up a good performance, and his performance led him to the Super Bowl.
Hey, let me tell you, Alex Smith was a game manager. You cannot open up the playbook like they opened it up with this new young guy. Second sophomore year of the season, Kaepernick. They open up the playbook. You're not going to see Alex Smith run bootlegs and I mean just take it down the field 80 yards. I mean, come on, man. The guy, he probably wouldn't have got past Atlanta, in my opinion.
Well, Alex Smith would definitely have got past Atlanta, I don't think. Now, Kaepernick is it's amazing the way this all went down. Mm-hmm. I mean, people were criticizing after his second loss when Kaepernick wound up losing that game with a lot of turnovers, but they were second guessing Jim's. They were second guessing his decision to make him the starting quarterback. Now he's laughing in everybody's face.
Laughing at everybody's face. Everybody was saying, was this the right choice? Was it the right choice? Like I told everybody, the 49ers was a quarterback away from the Super Bowl. And this, in my opinion, made Jim Harbaugh, it definitely made him a genius, in my opinion. He knew. He's a former quarterback himself. So at the end of the day, he knew what Alex Smith can do. You know what I mean? You've seen what Alex Smith can do on good defenses. I mean, he can choke. He's a choke. I mean, he can have one bad game and one good game where he go 14 for 15. But at the end of the day, come on, man, he's nowhere compared to what that sophomore.
Yeah, I've seen
the
most amazing thing I've ever seen in NFL playoff history was probably Kaepernick's 181 yards against the Packers, which will definitely go down in history. Now, for one, the exciting and energetic player to lead the Super Bowl team, to the next guy who is more so known for his emotion and his power on the field too. But Ray Lewis' final year, his last hoorah.
The NFL ain't gonna be the same without Ray Lewis. Let me tell you why I say that. I mean, he's a spokesman for the NFL. No matter what troubles he got in, I mean, I like the way the brother carried himself. You know what I mean? No matter what the troubles he got in with the murder case and all that, he was found not guilty. He did not murder anybody. But like you said, he was with the wrong people at the wrong time. We don't know what happened. But at the end of the day, he's not a murderer. OJ, yeah. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Ray Lewis is not that type of guy.
This is his last season. I mean, how much emphasis on this being his last season, his retirement speech, how much do you think that played into their success going into the Super Bowl?
Think about it. I thought it hurt him at the beginning. I said, Ray, why the heck did you announce you want to retire before the first playoff game? You know what I mean? I thought, you seen what happened when he got hurt. They didn't know what the heck to do. They didn't know if they was coming or going. So I actually thought, you know what I mean, it hurt the team for him to announce that. But it's proven me wrong right now. Them boys is coming to play. The defense is playing. But we'll see how they do in the Super Bowl because they're going up against a whole new team.
Yeah, I think the beginning of this, everybody expected Baltimore to take care of the Colts in the first round. But against that Denver game, just the energy and the emotional spirit that Ray Lewis put on, I truly do believe led them to win that game. I mean, he had probably one of the best games, actually the best playoff game he's ever had, and one of his best regular season games as well in that game. Almost nearly intercepted that ball. I mean, this is the heart and soul of the Ravens. And yeah, he has issue, which is another topic, of murder and wrong places. He's since then, of course, fixed his life up. Now he's a preacher or a minister, and he gives back to the community, whatever case.
Gives back to the community. But that tells a lot.
That tells a lot. But his journey, like you said, he's been a face in the NFL, one of the greatest NFL, if not one of the top 3 middle linebackers of all time. But his energy and his devotion to this team and his emotional spirit has led him this far. Mm-hmm. And also, believe it or not, I think that speech wind up, or his performances wind up putting a light of fire under Joey Flacco's tail.
The man is right now. Ray Lewis is the leading tackler in the NFL playoffs this year. I mean, come on, man. The man is even. I see he's even lost a step, and he's putting it all out there on the field. So you can't ask for nothing more than somebody like that to just lay it all down the line. And this is his finale. We are about to see the last game of Ray Lewis.
That's going to be a trip within itself. Now, these two teams, both who were really not known for offense, are coming in hot on offense. This is about defense, though.
Another thing the Ravens did also, John Harbaugh, coach of the Baltimore Ravens, he ended up firing the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Cameron. And actually, he came out the other day and said that's probably one of the best decisions they made. Not to say that Cameron was a bad offensive coach. He'll get a job real soon. Because he was pretty good. But that, again, just the difference. Sometimes change is necessary. And it was the right call again. The right call. And people were going to second guess that call. But that also, more so, you're right, against Ray Lewis. But more so that firing lit the fire under Joey Flacco's tail, and that energized him. And he went out there and had the best 4-game streak he's ever had in his life.
He's coming to play.
He definitely is coming to play.
Tom Brady looking at him, looking at this Super Bowl this year. Just the bottom line, looking,
wondering what happened. Now, I'm glad you brought up the Patriots. Now, what are the conference losers going to wind up having to do to get back to where they get back to? Start off with Atlanta.
Starting off with Atlanta, let me tell you about Atlanta, though. This is why I think Atlanta, I don't know what it is in Atlanta. I really can't tell you. They have a great team. Their offense is a great team. The defense is so-so, but they're decent. Mm-hmm. All right? But the thing about it is they was real close to going home in the first game again.
Yeah, you know
what I mean? Real close against Seattle Seahawks. Mm-hmm. But the thing about that is you got to look at it, man. It's about if Matt Ryan can get him over that hump, man. It's all about Matt Ryan. Right now, he's not an elite quarterback. A great NFL regular season quarterback, but not elite. He's not going to be able to come out. You got these young quarterbacks right now coming in this league. You still got Cam Newton. You still got Kaepernick right now. They're not going nowhere. They're not going nowhere.
RG3.
You know what I mean? RG3. They're not going nowhere. So it's a possibility. We're going to start seeing Atlanta continuously. This is going to be repetitive with them exiting out of the first round.
Now, is Matt Ryan more Romo or is he more Joey Flacco?
He's more. What? Man, they can't be mentioned in Joey Flacco's name, right? Neither one of them been to the Super Bowl. They both have one playoff win under their belt. I mean, Flacco comes to play. He's been in NFC Championship, AFC Championship games. But this is his first Super Bowl. Until they get a Super Bowl or either get to the NFC Championship, they can't be mentioned in the same.
So he's more Romo than anything. Way better quarterback than Romo. But yeah, I do agree. I think Matt Ryan has to step up for the Falcons. I mean, he's done well. I truly believe they spent it all season on the defensive side because they just truly got burnt. A lot of their, D-backs back there and safeties are getting rather old. Yeah. Tony Gonzalez is going to wind up leaving, which he had some of the best games of his playoff.
Yes, he's still playing to a high caliber.
Definitely, but the Falcons definitely need to work on that defense on the offseason. Now, the New England Patriots are here every single year in, year out. They're always at the AFC Championship, always in the Super Bowl. They're
at the end of the day, they're getting too old. They ain't got no young bloods up on that team. They're basically, bottom line, they're getting too old. Don't get me wrong, Tom Brady is the best quarterback ever, in my opinion.
Oh, that's a strong.
Okay, I think he's
a strong statement.
Greatest, but the wide receivers is old. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't have. I mean, Moss, they should have worked out a deal with Moss. So him and Brady had a great rapport. But at the end of the day, I mean, the receivers is old, baby. You got to do something. You got to get a little more youth up under that team to be competitive down the line. You know what I mean? Because right now, you looking at players averaging about five years at the most. Yeah. You know what I mean? The average NFL defensive player, period.
Would have been a totally different game that Denver played at. If it was Denver, it was Denver, New England.
Denver, New England.
Denver upset New England.
I definitely think so. Because at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, man, it's a youth. I mean, young boys is taking over right now. They're kind of old. And I believe they're going in that direction, being that they want Wells Welker. I doubt they're going to even give him a contract.
I don't think so.
They're all getting too old. You understand what I'm saying? So his wife need to worry about him getting a new contract and moving on with another team instead of Ray Lewis and his 4 wives or whatever else she was on.
Yeah, you would think she would learn last year from Giselle and the rant that she had about actually Wes Welker not catching the ball, wasn't that?
No,
wasn't it about Wes Welker catching the ball when she went off?
Yeah,
right, people got to catch the ball. You would have thought she'd learn that. Now this Super Bowl is historic because we have never had 2 brothers in the Super Bowl head coaching against each other. That's crazy.
That's just ridiculous, man. The thing about that is, man, both of these brothers made a decision nobody liked to change their team around to get them to the point that they're in right now. Nobody liked those decisions. Both decisions panned out.
Well, Jim wound up being, he was in the NFL, of course. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, Ray Lewis got his first career sack against Jim Harbaugh.
That's some history.
Yeah, that's some truth right there. Well, you're right. Both of them have wind up being criticized at one point or another for big changes with the 49ers deciding to go to Kaepernick versus Smith, which wind up paying off dividends. Mm-hmm. And of course, with John deciding to go ahead and fire his offensive coordinator so late in the season.
Yeah, because the offense was horrible, and they had a span where they were just horrible this year. Somebody had to answer, so they fired the OC. The thing about that is, ever since then, they've been on the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
All games won on the road. Playoff games all won on the road.
Now, we're going to be excited to check out Media Week, where they have tons of interviews. We get to see Ray Lewis and Jordan Flacco and Kaepernick. But the one I'm looking forward to the most is when they do the dual conference with Jim and John. They're going to do a combo press conference.
Oh, that'd be good, though. But the thing about these two coaches, they actually know football.
Absolutely.
They actually know football. Like, I mean, what I saw last year in the 49ers, their quarterback was weak. Jim Harbaugh saw that. You know what I mean? He knew he was that quarterback away from the Super Bowl. Why the heck? Why did he get drafted in the 3rd round anyway? Who all went before him?
A ton of people.
A ton of people. Jacksonville Jaguar quarterback Garrett. Come on, man. He went before Kaepernick.
Yeah, you're talking about Blaine Gabbert. You got the guy from the Vikings, Christian Ponder, that wound up going before him. And, again, it's something about finding talent that both Jim and John have done. Because John, of course, he's been in a while. He didn't exactly pick Flacco as his quarterback. He came into that one. But, yeah, he made some good decisions in picking up some other key players. But, again, being able to fire your offensive coordinator so late in the season, and then that truly lit a fire under Joey Flacco. Because until this point, I always considered Joey Flacco to be a mediocre quarterback. And he stepped up. And he's one game away from being, like we talked about earlier, elite.
Bottom line, I believe he's elite right now, though. I mean, if he win or lose, I still put him in that elite category.
Well, Jim Kelly made it to the Super Bowl 4 straight times.
Yeah.
Is he elite?
McNabb had one Super Bowl. He was elite at one time. Yeah. Why can't Joey Flacco, even if he loses?
That's another conversation, because I don't think Donovan was elite.
You don't think he was elite?
I don't think he was elite. Actually, he's borderline Hall of Fame, to be quite honest.
Borderline?
Borderline.
We're going to leave that for another show.
But, these two brothers are, again, they're amazing, and John may actually be in the running for Coach of the Year this year for that.
Look at that. Two brothers slept in the same bed every day. They both coaching the dang on Super Bowl. How can you do that?
Growing up, who would have thought? That's probably a childhood dream of theirs, and they're making it come true. Now, last year, these two teams wound up playing against each other, and it was a good one.
It was good. It definitely was good. It was evenly matched, though. In my opinion, statistically, only thing that was basically done is the Ravens locked down San Francisco run game. And Alex Smith, you wasn't going to get no bootlegs from him or anything like that. I mean, so he only threw for like a $151 INT. That was basically what the difference was. That interception, one turnover in the whole game. Defenses played great. But at the end of the day, when you got the Ravens defense against Alex Smith, you're going to keep it close. But the Ravens got a whole different ball game with Kaepernick, whatever that guy is. Kaepernick. They got a whole new ball game come Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, no one has any film on him. I mean, they got some recent stuff, but there's no telling what Jim's going to do and what John's going to do. They're definitely going to have some schemes going to be put out there that are going to be fun to watch. Now, it's the predictions now. We got to figure out, who is your call for Super Bowl 47?
My call for the Super Bowl 47 will be the San Francisco 49ers beating the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go 24-17.
That's a good number.
That's my prediction for the Super Bowl, this year's Super Bowl.
That's a good pick. I'm also going for the 49ers. I actually do think it's going to be a high scoring game than what people think. I'm thinking 35-28. 35-31, maybe a field goal in there for one or the other, but it's going to be close. It's going to be a good one, and these two teams ain't going to let up. And I don't think either one of these brothers are going to stop pushing that gas pedal there.
Yeah, neither one of them. It's going to be one to remember. Yeah. But I want to thank all you guys for tuning in to another episode of FNC Real Sports Talk. Thanks for supporting us. Y'all guys can hit us up on Twitter at FNC Real Sports. Hit us up on our YouTube channel at YouTube/FNC Sports Talk, and check us out.
Absolutely. And we'll come back soon with another episode. Again, make sure you hit us up on Twitter on both sides, and we'll check you guys out soon.
Peace out.
Stay tuned for the best sports show around. FNC Real Sports Touchdown. 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 FNC Real Sports Touchdown. Real commentary straight from the battleground. FNC Real Sports Touchdown. 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 FNC Real Sports Touchdown. It's the clash of the champions, keeping it real. Get the truth about sports from Kenny McNeil and Rick Del Campo. Equipped with the ammo, predict all the outcomes and scores for the family.